that episode never happened unless you were there. Shout out Mr. Watt, he was there. But unless you was there, was he there or was he there on Sunday? Because I stream on Fridays and Sundays. It doesn't matter. It's never gonna be on YouTube. Is the point? So I'm not even gonna count that. Like I'm not gonna skip the episode number. I'm just gonna start from here. So if you're new here, you're watching the new format where I record the pod, the third pod live. That's my podcast. I'm the host, DAPHYA. And now that I have the capabilities, we're actually able to watch some videos and tune in. I'm about to move this and probably make weird sounds. Hold on. Oh, incredibly peaceful. Surprisingly peaceful. All right, cool. All right, let's see what I got here. Because, like, I have to talk about what I talked about last week because it's like it never even fucking happened. And what am I going to do? Go on existing without my opinion being on the internet? What sense does that make? What business are we in here? That's the way it should be, but it's not going to go that way. All right, so last week I talked about Diddy. What I said about Diddy that I haven't said up. Oh, he got denied for his 5th bail request. And then we had Gina Hunn writing letters to the judge admitting or like mentioning in the letters that she was supposed to be victim number 3 and never showed up to trial, but she's popping up now writing letters to the judge, which to me sounds crazy. Like, can't she get arrested for some shit like that? You was ducking like you didn't want to be in a trial, but here you are writing letters to the judge. And then the letter to the judge was almost like in a future tense, like you should let Diddy out, until sentencing. And it's like, bitch, she's sentenced already. Guilty on 2 counts, not guilty on the other 3. Like, it happened already. So the whole thing is super suspicious when it comes to Gina Hung. But then she was on Twitter talking about, I'm gonna support my man no matter what. I'm not a follower. You're not a leader either, bitch. But I don't know what you are. But I know one thing. Stupid. That's what you are. I do know what you are. I misspoke. I do. Stupid. Stupid. Admit on Tasha K, another prominent YouTube commentator or kind of like a talk show host almost, but on YouTube, and went there years ago talking about how Diddy beat the baby out of her, made her miscarriage, intentionally beat everywhere around her face. So he would punch her in the back of the head, where there was hair to cover, which is very similar to something I believe Cassie had mentioned too. And the whole shaving her head thing was his idea. Like, it was a whole bunch that went into that. But and now she's like, I can't forgive him. And, in the letter that she wrote to the judge, she's like, he changed completely. He's peaceful. He's sweet now. So why you left? Why you not together then? You writing letters. You still love him. Why you not together then? Because you a fucking liar and you stupid. And you a liar because you stupid. You're not stupid because you a liar. You a liar because you stupid. Because you lying for a man that beat the shit out of you regularly. Beat the shit out of you and multiple other people. But whatever. I talked about Lil Tay. I'm just doing like a quick recap to everything that didn't make it last week. Lil Tay turned 18. Flexer of the century, if you remember her. And of course she dropped that OnlyFans link on her 18th birthday. And my whole, I was talking about how she approached it and all that, but my personal opinion, my take on it was, if her and people like Bad Baby, because Bad Baby did the same thing, but she made like more money than Bad Baby. I don't know if she doubled it, but I think she made like $1 million in 3 hours or something like that. But check me out. If you dropping a link at midnight, you promoting the link weeks before your birthday, your 18th legal birthday. When are these photo shoots and video shoots happening of the content that you're uploading onto your OnlyFans? Wouldn't that be child porn if you took a photo before your 18th birthday, but then still uploaded it after your it is nasty. And then she had the audacity to be like, and thank you for all the men who pre-ordered for like 6 years ago, which is basically when she was 9. And she was the baby. Not the rapper, the baby, but she was a baby. And I'm really like, I was torn when I was talking about it last week, because I was like, it's almost to the point where it's like, could it possibly be that she's a genius and this is satire and this is a really sick social experiment and she's doing it for the better and the good of mankind? And then I was like, nah, it can't be. Can't be. I mean, it's been literally, she faked her own death. She been flexor of the century since she was 9. So clearly she don't got a good stable foundation. She don't have good parents. She admittedly like can't stand her father. I don't think her mother's all that great either to let all of this transpire the way it has over the years. But and anybody could be like, oh, you don't know what it's like raising kids. You don't have kids. I don't. But I have a very much younger brother that I helped raise. And he wasn't allowed to play with guns. And he studied. And he played sports. He was active. And what is he now? He's like, I think he just turned 27, actually. Yeah, he just turned 27. But he's a doctor. And he's married. And I'm very proud of him. And even though that's all him, because he's the one who had to go to school, he's the one who's paying off those student loans, he's the one who's still holding multiple jobs, I'll take like at least 0.5%. You know what I'm saying? Because I told him, like, no, you have to drink water. You can't have any more candy. That time we went to Toys R Us and he wasn't listening to me. We walked out without no toy. Like, I did my thing. And I'm very much like not about hitting. Didn't have to. Communication, because we're humans. But I don't, even without communication though, I don't hit my cat. I hate when people hit their animals. It's just barbaric. It's just fucking, people are so ignorant and stupid and they let their emotions get the best of them and then they act like animals themselves. Yet we want to preach like we're so far beyond animals. We're human. We're not animal. Yeah, most of us. And that's another thing I talked about, is that I feel like people, especially women, are evolving at different rates. Some of us are evolving quicker than others. And that's just facts. And I'm not saying I'm at the top of that totem pole, but there's levels. And we are evolving. And I'm very happy about it too, because we're evolving in a good direction for the most part, I feel like. But there are people who want to be traditional, want to be conservative, want to be classic, want to make America great again. Like, barbaric. They just don't want to evolve. It's ignorant. But that's besides the point. I'm not here to talk about that conservatism and misogyny and the patriarchy and all that. What else did I talk about last week? I almost got canceled on TikTok. I almost forgot all about that, actually. So I had posted on TikTok. Yo, is my chat's not working. Oh shit, I just noticed. Let me see. Yeah, my chat's gone. Hold on, before I start talking about I'm just gonna write the word chat and see if it comes up. Oh, okay. I can't see the chat from my thing, but the chat works. Okay, cool. Anyway, I almost got canceled because I made a post saying I made a post thinking I was right and I wasn't exactly right, which happens because I'm human. But I made a post saying because I was like cleaning up and I found like a receipt from DMV because I have recently got my real ID so that I could travel, because I like to do that sometimes. So I made a post on TikTok and I was like, who is not selecting to be an organ donor when they get their licenses? Like, you're dead. Why would you not want to offer it to somebody who needs it if you're not alive anymore? And the only, like, to me, logical explanation at the time while recording the reel or the TikTok was religious, which I don't, obviously subscribe to, don't agree with, because I just don't think God would want you to be that selfish. That's my frame of thought in the moment. Hold up, we get into it. So I make my little TikTok and I close my phone and I'm like, did that, and go about my day thinking I'm gonna get like 2 views like normal, right? I ain't stressed about it. I don't give a fuck. I just put it up to put it up. And then that's not what happened. So I go back to TikTok and I open the app and I'm like, ooh, I'm a little bit more popular than usual. I go and I look and it's that TikTok. And I'm like, I think it was pretty funny and had a pretty good message. All right, let's see, let's see what happened. So I opened the TikTok, and the ratio of comments to like hearts and likes, it wasn't making a lot of sense. So typically I get like no comments, maybe one, maybe two, and then I get likes. I had like 40 something comments and like 16 likes. I was like, something is incredibly wrong here. What have I done? Am I getting canceled right now? I was like, what did I say that was so bad? But it was just a whole bunch of concerned people. A whole bunch of people in them comments like, girl, they gonna take your organs because you gave them for free, then sell them for thousands of dollars to somebody else. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. And I don't like that. I don't like, if I'm out of the goodness of my, because I'm talking like I want to do good for people. So I'm just like, of course I would donate my organs. Not thinking about the fact that they gonna still flip my organs. Like it's fucking Tusi. They gonna charge an arm and a leg for someone who just wants to live, but they took it from me free. And then on top of that, that wasn't even the most like repeated comment that I got. The most repeated comment that I got was, yeah, if anything ever happens to you, they're not gonna really try to save you that hard because they want your organs more than they want you to live. And I was like, God damn it, they right. I'm not donating my organs no more. And they made me a believer because you have to have some sort of self-awareness. You have to be open. You have to be I'm a very like open-minded individual. Open heart, open mind. That's a collection on DAPHYA.com. So I'm taking in this constructive criticism and the knowledge that people are giving me. There are people in my comments that work for hospitals, but then it got to the point where it's like, okay, y'all don't see all these comments and no likes, and they just kept repeating the same stuff. So I turned off the comments. I was like, all right, I get the point. I'm not donating. Like, message received. I got to do a follow-up TikTok on that though, because I want to let them know how much they contributed and how helpful that their comments were. So I will be doing another TikTok telling people not to donate their organs and listing off from the comments that I got all the helpful advice and input that people said. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, I got canceled. But nobody was angry at me. They were just like, girl, let me tell you, that type of energy. And it was men and women. I'm just saying girl because it just sounds better. It sounds more gossipy, even though I feel like men gossip more than women. Every group chat I've been in that included most men, which is most of my group chats as a rapper, yeah, men gossip way more than women, like a lot, not even by a little bit, like by a landslide. But they'll never admit it because they don't think they're emotional either. And I think men are also way more emotional. I think they just don't know how to express it as well as women. I think women try to get their emotions out, whereas most men try to bottle stuff up. But we're not gonna get into the whole. We already had a whole pod that kind of touched on that, I believe, when I did the Good Men Exist men's mental health awareness episode. But oh my god, yeah. So it was a pod last week, and that's not even everything. I know I watched some videos and like it was such a good episode, and it's gone forever. But yeah, I think those were the main points that I definitely wanted to bring up now. Let me see if I had. Yeah, that's all I had here because the rest of it I kind of freestyled it, but that's what I had in my notes to talk about last week. So that's the only reason why I got reminded of what I spoke about last week. All right, so now I'm in this week. Oh, we gonna watch and react to Cardi B's Imaginary Players freestyle I heard about. There's been some I heard she dropped, I don't know if she dropped names, but they just said she's talking her shit on it. So we gonna watch that together for sure. Oh, I repeated them here and I went all the way back to my last notes. But I have my old notes from last week here just in case. Oh, one thing I didn't mention about that Diddy trial, though, I will say this, just to backtrack a little bit. Because I did mention how Diddy requested his bail for the 5th time and he got denied. But the judge actually gave a written statement in the denial. And essentially, he said that he believed Cassie and Jane were sex trafficked, despite what the jury said. I thought that was crazy. I thought, because I agree too, and I'm like, damn. So it's like all the smart people know what the fuck happened, but majority of people in this world are not. Like, let's not pretend to be stupid. Like, majority of men are not good. That's why Good Men Exist was created out of the fucking, like, social, like, I don't even know what to call it, hurricane of the Me Too movement. Because I was like, whoa, now all men are bad. Like, now we ODing now. But because there's so many bad, it makes it look like, oh, and then they get, stereotyped. And the same thing goes for like so many different things, race and feminism, sexism, ageism, ableism, whatever it is. They lump everybody together, not realizing good people exist, good women exist, good men exist. But yeah, the jury was definitely disappointing, but at the same time a very accurate depiction of society. I felt like, it was sad, it was disappointing, but it was accurate, because these are the people that I'm with every day, and that's why I'm not with a lot of people every day regularly, because once I see that, it's time for that dose of distance. Available on DAPHYA.com. It's like I can't help myself. But yeah, let's get into this though, because I don't really have a lot of points today, but I definitely did want to watch this with you guys. So I'm about to pull it up. I should have pulled it up in advance. Ooh, I didn't like my own song. There you go. There you go, DAPHYA. Hopefully the whole thing is on here. Cardi B. Oh, look at that. Already Imaginary Players. I saw it pop up. Oh, shit. She got a whole music video for it? Oh, I guess we about to have a whole cinematic experience. Let's go. I'm going to like it off the strength that I see the budget.
Yeah. It's the motherfucking princess, you heard?
Princess?
The shit these bitches.
Yo, just to call yourself the princess when you know Nicki Minaj is the queen is that, are you bending the knee intentionally or interesting? Let me just say this. I'm going to stop right here because I always tell people Cardi got bars. Do she write them? I don't know. I can't say that. But you cannot tell me her verses don't got bars in them. The bars are there. Who wrote the bars? I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. Not Partisan Fontaine, because he with Meg. Oh no, they broke up. That's old news there too. I don't know who he writing for now. But yeah, maybe he is back writing for Cardi. Actually, now that I say that, but Cardi and Meg never got uncool. It was Nicki and Meg that got uncool. So I wonder if that's how they met too. Probably. Sorry, I got cat fur everywhere. But yeah, I already heard like 4 fire bars, but go ahead.
Hop out, popping it.
Okay, now I gotta interrupt again because I'm gonna get into something after we watch too, because I watched Armand Wiggins kind of talk about it, but he just like vaguely, and I didn't see none of this yet. I have not heard this at all, so I'm gonna run it back too. But I'm a rapper. And I'm not a rapper, I'm an MC. when you do the slow flow like she's doing on a beat like this, you're in storytelling mode. You're in MC mode. You're in conversational mode. And she's still doing this in the na. See how you like keeping a note almost? This is not the type of beat to do that. This is that the way I'm talking right now. This is bar 1 and this is bar 1 and this is bar 2 and this is bar 2. But she's doing this is bar 1 and this is bar 1 and this is bar 2 and this, and it's not that type of beat. But I mean, that's, subjective.
I got more Gaultier than John probably.
See, I got more than John Ginn. I have no idea what the fuck she said. Like, it too elongated. I got more but like it should have been more airy, more I'm just talking. It sounds almost like she's singing here. Oops. And I do this as well. I'm not saying this is not something to be done as an MC, but this is not for me.
It's really easy for me to talk this shit because I live this shit.
Facts.
I just gotta make it rhyme. Bitches, I leave them all fuck. Fists be balled up. Y'all hoes look cheap. That shit don't.
See, she said, bitches, I leave them half hour of silence. All up. Like, damn, bro. Like, this is just not her vibe, though, I feel like. It's not even like, this is just not Cardi's poggy. Like, when I tell you I love that, I like it like that. Fuck, I knew that shit was a smash before it became a smash. As soon as I heard the album, that song, I was like, here we go. This is not that.
Don't cost much. I'm a star, but I'll smack you. Don't get starstruck. Patience looking at me like Cardi.
It sounds like she's reading. That's what it is.
What the fuck? Stripe like Tom.
What the fuck? No emotion, bro. What the fuck? Nah. And you look real pretty, but you're saying what the fuck? You should be like, what the fuck? I don't know if it's the bow tie. I don't know. I don't know what bitches be doing these days. But, oh, man. And I be rooting for Cardi, even though I don't like a lot of the shit she did in her past. And, like, certain controversies are controversies for a reason. She got a new one where she's, like, supposedly fat shaming and talking about her. She called her fans fat as fuck, essentially. I did not buy her merch, so she's not talking to me, even though I am plus size.
Brown, these bitches should calm down. Hills from the power lines. What I'm saying is,
even the laugh sounds
God forbid some shit happen to the brim. If I did your numbers, I would hop out of plane. Suicide if I fall from the distance for you and I dead.
See, if I did your numbers, I would hop out of planes. It should be, if I did your numbers, I hop out of planes. Like, there should be a little, you feel me? I don't know. That's me. That's me. I rap the way I rap. She raps the way she raps. But I'm just saying.
Just
she did it again.
Birthday basic.
Oh
I'm a
my
Waldorf
God.
penthouse every state, bitch. 2016, I have fashion overlit.
Let me tell you why the little giggles, because I giggle a lot when I rap too. I don't call it giggling. I don't know how else to describe it though. But I do my little, you feel me? Because it's natural. It just comes out. I don't even do it intentionally, to be perfectly honest. However, I could tell she's doing it intentionally for the simple fact that she's laughing in pockets where she doesn't have enough time. There's not enough space there for you to be. No, it's not the time.
Ass rich, y'all need your ass whipped. What the fuck you mean this bitch is out dressing me?
Nah, nobody's outdressing Cardi. Proceed.
Somehow, yeah, past me, I suppose. I know your type, bold, and no cap for the love of him.
Me, I suppose. That's not you, Cardi. It's just. I wonder when this was recorded. Because I feel like it was rushed. Everything about it sounds rushed. It doesn't sound like she memorized the lyrics. Nobody's giving her any type of critiques and comping the vocals properly. Pick the take that sounds the best. If this is the best take, go back into the booth and do another one. Like, And I'm saying this out of a place of love, a love of hip hop and a love of Cardi B. Just her story, her come up, even though, again, nasty shit and bad. Like, 'cause my whole thing is like, my main thing that I didn't like about Cardi coming up was I discovered her through Love and Hip Hop, like most people. And on that show, she was very openly sleeping with, I don't even remember, DJ Self, I think was his name, who was married or in a relationship or living with a chick, and she had a man too, and they were sleeping with each other, but she wanted spin. So she was sleeping with him to get played on the radio. I understand it, but I don't like it. I can't change the fact that I don't like it. It doesn't rub me the right way. So I don't hate her for it because, you know, she's not the only one doing it. You feel me? But it still leaves that like stain on the whole overall package for me personally. So that's one thing I don't really like about her. It don't mean I don't like her. The other thing is that certain videos that came back in the day, her calling like dark skinned girls roaches, burnt roaches. You know, I think she apologized for that, but I'm not even 100% sure because half the time she gets called out for shit, she's like, I'm not apologizing for shit, like the fat phobic shit. She was like, I'm not apologizing. And then the other thing that really, really, to me, is the number one reason is that she made a post back in the day about robbing niggas. Like, she would drug niggas and then steal their money and leave. Like, to me, that's not okay. But we stayed for the ride, including me, because she's entertaining. She's entertaining, and they put a lot of money behind this lady. They put a lot of money behind it. They made her star. I'm not going to deny she's a star. I'm not going to deny she's best dressed since she popped out, bro.
Something about how my bag bitches be tight like bra straps, hey.
Bars. And you know what else I love? I love all her, like, cover artwork. She takes such great, like, editorial spread photo shoots and stuff like that. She's always had a fantastic team. But I said I was going to run it back, so let me run it back one more time, and I'm not going to stop as much as I say. Yeah. And the fact that this video is less than 3 minutes and she got like 27 looks. Yeah. I mean, she got the money. And then me, I can't even do my hair for a live stream. I literally do this hoodie on too. I don't even got hair money. You can tell she punched in a lot too. I can't imagine her doing this live. But then again, Cardi has excellent breath control when performing live. I've always said that. When she first came out, she was spitting her verses and doing the ad-libs at the same time. You gotta give respect where respect is due. Work ethic, crazy. I didn't love that bar because she kind of shot up quick and she stuck around. But I know what she's saying for like the new chick. I didn't even understand that pocket for if she wrote it, whoever wrote it. See, and that's, I don't want to stop it, but that tasteless, that's where she could have dragged it. She said tasteless, baseless. She could have said tasteless, baseless. Like, that's where she could have dragged it. But she dragged the whole rest of the verse. And I could tell that Cardi knows how to take direction too. Somebody's telling her to say, say it like that, Cardi, say it like that. Okay, gotcha. And she's doing it. So imagine if she had somebody like me coaching her. I'm sorry, I'm gonna toot my own horn right now, because when it comes to rapping, I've been doing this. I've been doing this. I'm not gonna be humble. I'm not gonna, no. For this specific thing, I've been dying to find a young female artist that could take my direction, but I personally have an issue giving direction. I'm working on it. But I need them to trust me. I need to get my fucking elevator pitch together with the ethos, logos, pathos. Let them know I've been doing this show. Let them know what my resume look like. Because it's not like I've been rapping on Instagram my whole life and that's it. That's not the case. Like, Google me, bitch. You feel me? Like, it's I want to help somebody so bad, but I don't want to be a rapper. I don't want to go on tour. I don't want to wear these tight ass corsets and do my makeup every day. Look at me. I'm chilling and I'm happy. But I love music though. But I love music. Oh, Cardi, hire me. Don't take nothing I say the wrong way. This is all constructive criticism. Everything that you deserve props on, I gave you props on. But I'm not going to ignore all the other shit. I can't do that. Because I would be fake. And guess what? I'm from the Bronx too, bitch. Came from the Bronx. I'm in Malibu. Want a better life, so I had to choose. I'm in LA too. Cardi, call me. I'm right here. I'm up the block. Maybe like 40 minutes away. Because I'm by Long Beach and shit. But beautiful video. Beautiful. Stunning visual. Delivery. I was never the biggest fan of her delivery, but like I said, I feel she takes direction well, but she don't got the right people coaching her. The best person she had coaching her was probably Partisan Fontaine. Because Be Careful With Me, solid. I Like It Like That, epic. I got dollars, I got in it, and that's, to me, that's her bag. It's energy, it's confidence, and obviously a little ratchetness. This is MC shit. She don't have MC energy, unfortunately. Yet. Let me not say unfortunately. She don't have MC energy yet. And I think it's because most of the works that she's created thus far in her career, which is almost a decade now, like Cardi been around, but it's always been for the hits. This is not a hit type song. This is an MC type song. But that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna definitely upload this, and hopefully Cardi sees it and hires me, because I would love to work with her. And she likes to rap in Spanish. I could write a few bars in Spanish too. I'll be putting my little, Spanish in my bar. You want a little Mandarin Chinese? I could do that too, Cardi. I'm just saying. You want to really flex on these niggas? That's what I do. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. There were solid bars, well written, lyrically. Delivery, that's where it fell super flat for me. Visual, stunning. Content, facts for the most part that I heard. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing that stood out to me as like, oh, she's talking shit. I mean, the whole point was like, I live my raps, available on DAPHYA.com. But she's like, yeah, I really do this shit. So yeah, and how could you not believe her? She's so rich. She's so rich, like a lot of rich. Like money and money and money and money and money and money rich. Let me see if I think there was some news here. Hold up. I'm gonna watch this new update that just came in. Kim Porter, Diddy sued in shocking new lawsuit. Sean Kingston sentenced. Isn't that the beautiful girls guy? But yeah, I'll watch this with you guys, and then we will wrap it up.
Okay, so it looks like Kim Porter is facing a lawsuit that is going on right
TikTok.
now. Hey guys, it's Morali. Daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. Do subscribe to the channel. And let's get into this. In the matter of Lewis vs. Combs and Porter, pro se incarcerated plaintiff Carl Lewis has sued Sean Diddy Combs and the late Kim Porter for forced acts and more, as we can see here from this particular individual who has come forth citing Sean Combs and Kim Porter as defendants, forced to do acts and abuse acts on them. And then girlfriend Kim, after finding out she was cheating on him with myself, assaulted me after I refused to slap and spit on Kim. Sean forced me to commit acts on Kim after tracking her to a hotel. Then we were hanging out and smoking weed and having intimacy. He entered the hotel room with 3 bodyguards and told me that if I wanted to walk out in one piece, then I better do what he says. Then he said, B, this is who you're effing behind my back. Well, then started effing some people need to write properly, guys. I'm so sorry. He punched me in the face and said, I'm not playing games. He said, take your clothes off, and I did, and he told Kim, now suck his D. She did, and he said, now F her. So this is a new lawsuit. I'm very confused as to why Kim is being placed as a defendant here, if you are describing Kim in a very vulnerable position where she was forced to do things with this man under Diddy's instructions. This is very similar to what Cassie went through with Diddy and multiple other women. There is a pattern here, and I definitely believe that if Kim Porter was alive today, she would absolutely be testifying in this trial against Diddy, and that in itself would have been huge, and I hope that people would have believed her, but I'm sure that people wouldn't have. Whatever's going on in this lawsuit, I think that, you know, it's very eerie that it mirrors the same experiences that Cassie has been describing, that this man would hire people to do things to his woman in a kind of voyeurism way, but also would take part, make it non-consensual, and cause harm to these people. So this is the lawsuit that Diddy and Kim Porter are now facing from this person whose name is Carl Lewis. He is the plaintiff. Very graphic discussions that are going on here, but I'm just saying that, you know, if you're going to write out this lawsuit, please fix your handwriting, because I don't understand why it's so hard for me to read this, but we got there in the end, guys. We got there in the end. Now, Sean Kingston, his sentencing has taken Sean Kingston's sentencing has taken place, and he is facing, guys, 3 years in jail, I believe. He's been sentenced to a South Florida court on Friday after being found guilty of orchestrating a $1 million fraud scheme. His real name is Keyshawn Paul Anderson, and prosecutors said the 35-year-old, best known for his songs, used his status to persuade luxury retailers to deliver high goods before payment was even being made. And he seems to be facing, well, his mother was facing 5 years in jail, and Kingston, who was arrested, has remained under house arrest, and his sentencing will determine how long he spends in federal prison for a scheme that prosecutors say basically will last for a while. Now, the 3 years that this man has gotten, I believe, the 3.5 years, isn't actually as bad as what I thought that this was going to be. I thought this man was going to face up to 7 to 10 years at the very minimum. So 3.5 years, and then on good behavior, he can actually reduce a year from that, or probably more, and he definitely will be getting out before his, mother. So, this is some kind of grace for him, the fact that he's only getting 3 years, and I do hope that he learns from this. I mean, he will after 3.5 years, because for you to use your celebrity status to scam people, but not use your celebrity status to actually try and make money in a legal way, is a problem within itself, and it's just a very sad state of affairs that, this is what Sean Kingston has come to. This is the man who was dropping hits, bangers after bangers, and now this man and his mother ended up in a Ponzi scheme that they were running, and they're both now facing jail time. They're both going to be in cell block A and B, sitting there together because of their own actions. It's a very sad.
I just feel like he's getting 3 years, and Diddy's probably not even gonna get that. And what Diddy did was so much more damaging and cruel to so many people. Nobody got up on that stand. Nobody, even like just regular people on social media, spoke up for him because they knew what type of person he was. Like, I'm not talking about anything legal right now. I'm just talking about, like, those people are getting away with things these days, and I really do believe it's societal. I mean, we can literally look at the president of the United States with rape charges, and who is a convicted felon. And this is just, I feel like it's like good and bad, because I feel like it had to get to this point for more people to kind of like realize it could get to this point. I'm hopeful for real.
Sad story. I'm not really sure where it went wrong for Sean Kingston, nor do I really care, but I do feel some kind of empathy that, they had a great life. And where did it go so left was, an album that doesn't do well means that you need quick money from somewhere and you end up committing illegal activities. That pipeline is very scary and just very dangerous to see. Now, Diddy is facing a victory because the judge has dismissed all 22 counts in former Making the Band member Sarah Rivers and her lawsuit against Diddy. Now, Sarah Rivers has come onto the live before when I was covering the P. Diddy trial. She was there commenting away, so she definitely is a watcher of here. But Sean is on a heater, at least when it comes to tracking the mountain of lawsuits he's facing. But this particular one is not going to be a problem anymore for him. A judge just threw out the claims Sarah made against Diddy and the other defendants in her lawsuit. They were dismissed with prejudice. They can't be filed again. There is still one charge that is up in the air, though. The claims that were dismissed was racketeering, assault, battery, forced labor, sexual harassment, and false imprisonment. As for the outstanding claim, the judge wrote the determination of whether to dismiss with or without prejudice count 15 is hereby staying pending for some reason. The suit filed by attorney Ariel Mitchell. Okay, now I'm not surprised. Anything that Ariel Mitchell touches just goes down the drain. I just feel like once again we're in this conversation where she wants to represent these people, and of course these people want legal advice, they want lawyers, probably pro bono as well, and then it all just go down, it just goes down the drain. I do feel like if Cassie went with Ariel Mitchell, I don't think that Cassie would even be with a lawsuit. It would have been dismissed. But Douglas Wigdor came to do what he needed to do, just like Nicole Westmoreland. Like, these are lawyers, do you understand, who get work done. And so yeah, it's a slap in the face for Sarah Rivers for sure, because this was going to be a huge battle for her. Even for Dawn Rashad, I believe that when it comes to one of her lawsuits against Diddy, there are some stuff that is being shelved and some charges that are basically being dropped in that conversation as well. So it does look like that, Diddy is facing some victories here with lawsuits being dismissed, charges being dismissed. But make no mistake, just because he was acquitted of RICO, just because this particular case is being, some charges are being dropped, that man is still facing over 60 active civil lawsuits, majority of them for men, and the Law Rodney case is going to be picked up 2 weeks after his sentencing. So this man is not out of the woods yet. He's barely taken a few steps, in my opinion, RICO being the biggest one, being acquitted from that, but he's still facing multiple civil lawsuits that all need to be followed and tracked and are going to be pending updates, progression for the next 2 years. So there is still, or minimum at best, so there still is a long wait, guys. And remember, his bail has been denied, so the man is still in jail. We need to follow the Luigi Mangione case when that takes place in January. We're not far away from it as of right now. And also Ghislaine Maxwell, and this conversation of her being pardoned should also be tracked, because I feel like by the end of the year she's going to be living in a much better position than she is in right now. Subscribe to the channel. It's just one click. That's all you guys have to do. It really does go a long way. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe to Marauder Nation, become a Marauder. Comment down below, send a tip if you guys wish to. Apologies for the lack of videos here and there. I'm back.
Yeah, I get a lot of my current events, like celebrity current events from him. Because he just drops like 10-minute videos every day, at least like 2 or 3 of them. So, quick watches. But whatever. Yeah, subscribe to him, definitely. But I'm glad he brought up Ghislaine, because I think I might have touched on that last week, but I'm not sure if it was the week before that or if it was last week. But what had happened is that she got shipped from a high security prison that she was in throughout all these years, for sex trafficking children. So with good purpose. And then she got shipped to a very low security prison in Texas recently. Right around the time the Epstein files became a thing. When they stopped existing or whatever the fuck is going on with that, right? Because everybody's like, release the files. And he's like, yo, get Ghislaine over here, be nice to her. And then they had a whole conversation with her that was off the record, a private conversation. There's a lot of suspicious things going on. And essentially it is because Donald Trump is, involved in these files. And I don't say that because I'm speculating, because I'm jumping into conclusions. The man literally said everything that was about me in the files was a lie. Why would you say that? You just telling us. And people are gonna believe him. They're gonna believe him. But that's why I said, like, it has to get this bad for some people to believe, because they're like, nah, that's ridiculous. Of course we're not going to have a convicted felon for president. Of course we're not going to have a rapist that literally is recorded saying, I grab him by the pussy, I go into, Miss America pageants and sneak peeks at things he shouldn't be sneaking peeks. Like, it's bad, and people support this man. People support this man because he's keeping it real. It's bad right now. But like I said, it had to get this bad. I'm very hopeful because it's showing the strength and the resilience of the other side, the good side. And the scariest part is that the dangerous side is the side claiming morality, claiming pro-life, Christianity, the nuclear family, all this stuff. Yet they're laughing, they're joking, they're reposting stuff online, making fun of families being ripped apart, making fun of deaths, just guns cocked. Yeah, we love God. Nah, it's the most psycho shit ever, bro. It's insane. It's insane. But it had to get here. I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, feel like it had to get here. But yeah, I'm not gonna open up no more topics. I'm gonna leave it right here because I gotta get on TikTok and do some readings, because right now I'm warming up to Twitch, and hopefully eventually within the next couple episodes I'm gonna figure out how to get guests on here. I already got a couple people that I really want to chop it up with, so that should be fun. But besides that, I am just gonna say thank you for listening or watching. And remember that I have, the motivational clothing brand DAPHYA'S shop on DAPHYA.com. Oh, that's not cool. It's my other phone. I got two phones and now they're both going off. All right. Did it turn off? One for the, I forgot the lyrics. One for the something and one for the one for the hoes. Oh, how we hate women in hip hop. Anyway. Oh yeah, DAPHYA.com. It's all motivational, rooted in intrinsic motivation and non-toxic positivity. For just a little reminder for yourself and the people around you. Pretty much. But besides that, I'm going to call it a wrap. I will be back on Twitch Sunday, but we'll have another episode of the pod next Friday. Sunday, we just discover shit, kind of like I did watching this video, but we do it for the whole hour to 2 hours, depending on what I feel like doing. I think I did. Yeah, I did like about an hour and a half. That's something. I'm probably going to try to keep it around an hour when I do the reactions, discovery stuff on Sundays, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. And remember, I'm the voice you can trust. 1, 2, 3.